Good morning, adjuncts. I want to get started right on time because I know we are still on break. Wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. And as we prepare for the start of the new semester, the spring 2025, I just wanted to give a little walkthrough ahead of time about what I do to prepare for each semester, sort of kind of run through a couple things. Um, I have a little checklist in mind. I have a my agenda book with my schedule all planned out for the week, each week. So I set that up with my schedule of my classes, my office hours for students, and so forth. So I kind of get that started about a week or two before each new semester. So I wanted to, and as anybody joins, just know I am recording this, and I will be sending it out to everybody, um, and hopefully it'll be a useful resource. So let me share my screen. Okay, so this window. Okay, so I'm hoping. I know sometimes these some things are blocked out. I'm not doing that intentionally, but I'm hoping that what gets recorded will be the majority of what I'm sharing on my screen. It's like a graphics thing. I fixed it last time, but I might have to do that again. All right, so I apologize if you're seeing like a shaded box, but I'm hoping you can see the rest of it. Um, so basically, about 2 weeks before the semester, and even this week, is doable. I want to create a Canvas shell. They're available to us. If you're teaching an online class, you probably already have this established maybe for you through IT. But for those of us teaching in-person classes, it is sort of a web enhanced way of providing a connection to our students. So it's through Canvas. So we are able to go into the Rowan online portal, our dashboard, and we want to go to My Courses. And I scroll down, and where it says, well, this is for winter, so we want to change that to our spring. And then scroll down again. It'll show it should show the courses that you are teaching when you're logged in to yours. So I already created the shell. So last week I had to actually create it. So this grayed out button here was what I clicked on to create the shell, and then it gives you the option. You can copy the previous semester's Canvas course into the new one. And then I have to do a little bit of tweaking, but I like that I'm able to do that because a lot of the work that I already put into creating the course just gets copied over. So once that is done, you'll see it, you'll get this message that the shell was created. And then you could go into that course shell and make the edits and changes that you need to. So I go into, let's see, you want to go into the dashboard. Now, again, given when I'm at this point, also simultaneously, also updating my course syllabus, making sure that it's up to date for the spring, seeing if I wanted to change anything from the previous semester. Did I, want to introduce something new in what I'm teaching, or something that worked, or something that didn't work that I want to maybe rethink. So that's the opportunity for me to then really look into my syllabus and see if there are any changes I want to make. So I get that all updated and ready to go. And then see, one thing I wanted to point out is this self-paced Canvas training course. I'm not an expert in Canvas. I've taken workshops from the Faculty Center, and I've also gone through some of these self-paced trainings to kind of get myself up to speed. So if you do have a question about Canvas, I could try to help, but I may be directing you to some of these tutorials, or even to the Faculty Center, even IT, that they can be a help as well. So, but that's one thing. And the students have a tutorial that's built into Canvas. Sometimes I find is helpful for us as teachers too. So when the courses are created, it puts it at the bottom until it's published, and then you can reorganize these tiles on your dashboard. Um, I like to move mine to the top. I haven't done that yet, so I will be doing that once all of my courses are set up. Now, it copies over everything. So your announcements get copied over. I believe the dates. There may be a way to say, don't include the dates. But so far I haven't figured that out yet. So I have to tweak, the due dates on things before I publish it to students. So I make sure that there's nothing here that I don't want to be seen by the students quite yet. So I unpublish those. I delete all the old announcements that may have been copied over, and I verify that the dates are consistent with the spring semester. So I like to send out an announcement to the students prior to us meeting on the first day, just sort of welcoming them to the class, introducing myself to them so they get to see what I look like. It's not a video. It's, I could do a video. Sometimes I in the past I have done a video, but usually I just kind of send out a welcome to the first day of class. And I usually put the date that we're going to meet. Because, even though, so our semester starts on the 21st, classes are back in session on the 21st, but this class is a Monday, Wednesday class. So our official meet date is Wednesday, the 22nd. So I like to put in the time we meet, where we're meeting. I happen to have a picture of the textbook I use. So I of course you don't have to. You want to tailor this to what meets your needs. I encourage students to take a look at the syllabus prior to our first class meeting. I set up, okay, so my book actually has this, was it an integrated, the Sage Vantage program that I use to assign the readings, and also to assign homework that students can connect through directly through Canvas. I set that up ahead of time as well. I'm not sure if anybody is using sort of a system like that, but you want to, again, get that all set up ahead of time. Now, so that's my first announcement. And then I also include, the first week. This is our first week. So our first week, what will be expected? To sort of give them, chapter 1, we're going to go over, and when the first quiz is due, or going to be available. And so I include that. So they, again, get a sense about what to expect and what my teaching style might be like. The next tab on the left-hand side in Canvas is the syllabus. So like I mentioned, I make sure I update my syllabus. Again, just tweaking any dates, making sure it's appropriate for the spring. I put in, the location. My office hours are here, but they're also in Canvas. So there's a couple different places that students can find things about me. Then I upload my syllabus, which I've done here already. In preparation of this, close that. And if you need a draft, or a template of the syllabus, there is one in the adjunct handbook. Please let me know. Please reach out to me if you need a copy of the adjunct handbook. And also we keep copies of the syllabus on file. So if you haven't submitted or emailed a copy of your syllabus to Marianne, she keeps a file of all our syllabi, again, that could be helpful if you need to see sort of a template and for your syllabus. Anyway, so that is what's next, and then students have access to that. And then I see what what I want the students to see, and if I don't want them to see it, I kind of unpublish any one of these modules. Now this module comes loaded in already, which gives the students some resources. It has Starfish, which we use for flagging, giving kudos to students, but also flagging them if they need some assistance. It's where they have access to their student course evaluations, the bookstore, and here's the Canvas student guide, which again, I've looked at those tutorials and they've been helpful in my understanding of Canvas as well. Then I give a welcome module where I include the syllabus in another place, so they have to see it. They're able to log in, register to my course textbook and the materials, and then the first module of the first set of materials, chapter 1, that we're going to cover. So that is it. I set that all up and get that ready to go. Again, it's never perfect. I kind of keep checking it once a week. I create rubrics as I go because, again, if I'm assigning anything, I might need to, grade. The rubrics are really helpful. Students so that they're able to see their grades. This little chat feature is nice. So if I'm online in Canvas and a student is too, and they have a quick question, they can chat with me live. I've never had a student use it yet, but it's a nice feature that Canvas has. There's our Zoom link if you want to set up a Zoom meeting with students, their quizzes, and a media gallery in case I do like a walkthrough of some sort. You could post a video in the media gallery. Others where this eye with the line through it is not visual on the student's view, because I just want to keep it clutter free, and this is what works for me. Some of these features are more designed for online classes, and so if you have an online class, maybe you would want your assignments, discussions, and so forth being seen for students. But my classes are in person, so I just keep those to a minimum. And then of course if students need it and ask me to let them see their list of all their discussion questions, I will open that up. But to start, I kind of keep it as clutter free as possible. Okay, so that's the Canvas side of things and the syllabus side of things. The other side of things is sort of making sure we know the dates, first day of class, the last day of class, when spring break is. And so here we go. So I just type in my search bar, academic calendar for Rowan University, and I'm able to see the abbreviated academic calendar. So we see when classes start. Spring break is the start of March 17th to the 22nd. The reading for finals day is May 2nd. There's no classes on that day, and then finals week starts May 3rd to the 9th. I will have an updated schedule like this for when grades are due. And so I'll forward that as soon as that becomes available. For now, it's just, it's a way to kind of know what the dates are on the horizon. I often go into section tally, which is a way, where we can see where our classes are. So I type in again, section tally, Rowan University, click on that here. I go into the spring 2025, select the term. This is again, if I want information specifically about my own classes, I click on my name. Sorry, it's R. I have to go really far down the alphabet for this one. So here's past it. Here we go. So I click on mine just to get, pull up my classes. And then, so I was looking at my research methods class. I click on that, and here it gives me um, what time I'm meeting, where, Monday, Wednesday, at Hawthorne Hall, the date, when the semester begins and ends, and so forth. So I take a look at this, make sure I have, everything matching up, that it's in my syllabus, it's in my agenda book, and so forth. And the last thing I like to do is print out the class list. I do that at the last possible moment because students are still adjusting their schedules. Classes are still kind of filling out, and the classes that may not be running, they get closed, and so students kind of get shuffled around a bit. So I do it as close to the first day as possible, to save paper and repeating the printing out of class schedules. But I'm going to show you how to do that, how to get your uh, class list. So you would go to the portal, log into go back to the dashboard. You would click on the self-service banner. I already did that, so it brings up this. If I have to log in, you log in. Faculty and advisors. I go to faculty services, which is the very first item on the list. And then I can get these options. This is also where we do our attendance verification, final grades. So you're probably already familiar with this. If you've been here for a bit, you can get your summary list. There's also a photo ID class list. Again, if you want to see a picture of the student, but I tend to just use the summary detailed list, and then I go into the term, spring, and then here is my class that I'm working on. I click on that, and there's my class list. Now, what you want to do here, and I'm hoping you can see this, that it's not blocked out, but in the upper right corner is an export button or a print button. And you can print it out if you like. I like to submit it. I like to export it to an Excel spreadsheet. So I click on export. I use the first option and then click export. I already did this, so I'm not going to click on it right now, but you click on that and then it creates an Excel spreadsheet, which I then could use, which I do use for maintaining attendance, and also for if I, once I get familiar with the students and I just want to have a sign-in sheet, I can create it from there. So it's nice to have that Excel, or you could convert it from Excel to a Word document. So there's a lot of things that you can do with it once you dump it out. I do highly recommend you checking back into this, because students might drop in. Oh, wait, I'm gonna stop my share. Students might, in the first week, sometimes they're dropping and they're adding and they're readjusting their schedules, and so that list sometimes changes, not always, but it sometimes changes, and so you want to just verify. Sometimes a student will show up on your first day of class and say they just added the class, and so you want to make sure if they say they're adding the class, you want to check that list, because that's the official list. That's how we know that the student is in the system. And they need to be in the system for us to give them their grades at the final, and at the mid-semester, and also at the final. So just verify and keep that list, check on that list to make sure the student who's showing up to your class that says they're registered, that they are in fact registered. So that's kind of what I do. And then, remain as open and flexible as possible to adjust to any changes. Like I said, the class list sometimes changes. Sometimes a class, unfortunately, doesn't have enough students, and they don't tend to run if they don't have enough. And I think the cap is 10. I'll have to verify that if anybody needs to know that information, but there's a certain number of students that need to be in the class for it to officially run. So I know that's happened to me, where a class didn't have enough students, and so it had to be canceled. And so students then get shuffled into maybe another section, or however they might do that, where the student themselves goes back in to register for another class. Anyway, but that is what I do to get myself ready. Oh, and I wanted to show, but I don't have it with me. I do, maintain just a file folder for each class, where again, when I go my first day, I have my syllabus, I have the class list, the current class list, the most recent one I have, any kind of textbook information that you want to supply to the students. That's what I bring to me on my first day of classes. Students usually want to know what, if you have office hours, what they are, how they can reach out to you. We want to maintain sort of availability to our students to make sure they have any questions, they could contact us. The most convenient way to do that. And I see, again, as adjuncts, and I've been an adjunct in the past, so I know how, we may not have an office, and so we're kind of floating around, and so being able to be available to students in whatever capacity, whether it's through email, through Zoom. I mean, I have literally found ways to kind of meet with students in a cozy corner of a hallway if they need to meet you face to face, if you're teaching an in-person class, before class, after class. But just, being assuring the students that you are available is helpful to them. They feel that they can come to you and with any questions or concerns. All right, so I really did intend to keep this video short, but hopefully you'll know to like fast forward and do anything that you already know how to do. But that's just one way. That my way is, it's just one. You maybe have a more efficient way to prepare, but just make sure those are the things: the syllabus, the class list. If you're going to use a Canvas shell, have it be ready to go, and just have a really wonderful semester. It's spring, so I don't know if I'm not going to say it. The weather is supposed to be so just been cold, but hopefully we have a mild winter, and we have a really wonderful spring semester. It's an exciting semester because many students are graduating in May, and so you kind of feel that from our students, the excitement of um, you know coming to the close of for some of them their college years. So we're a big part of that. So I thank you for listening to this and for being here. If you also would like to, again, feel free to check in with me. I'm here for you. If I don't know the answer, I will do my best to find it for you and get back in touch with you as soon as possible. So don't hesitate if you have any questions. If something comes up and I need to get it to you, I will again email, and I did want to let you know that I'm going to sort of scale back on the number of check-ins. I did them weekly in the fall, but I don't want to keep bombarding you. I'm here. I will be here for you. I will kind of maybe, do these once, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe depending on the need. But I'd like to kind of scale back a little bit so that I'm not overloading you with this. So um, feel free to give me your feedback on that. Um, and I'd be happy to entertain whatever suggestions you might have. Again, this is for you. This is your sort of format. So I will meet your needs however you need me to. All right. So have a great start to the semester, and I will be sending some information out as I can. Okay, as much as I can. All right. Bye.